You guys are Tory Lanez fans.
I'm not a fan, but I'm a supporter in this legal case.
I mess with his music, and he could rap and sing. He really could, like, he barred up. He could rap.
And I'm not a fan because I'm an anti-fan. I'm just not familiar with his actual content. But I am familiar with what happened with him on this incident with Meg Thee Stallion and all that. And I am a supporter throughout his legal debacle. And I think I made Alex, amongst a lot of people or just a few people, feel my impression that there should be another consideration just baked on the female friends pleading the fifth and all those ramifications. I hung my hat on that issue, and I feel kind of vindicated that those issues are coming back to the forefront.
And the inconsistencies of the dude that was on the balcony that was watching all the stuff unfold. And they went on a break, and he came back with a whole new story, whole new attitude, and everything he was saying was opposing Tory at that point. I was surprised he didn't get overturned already since he been in the pen. Just like, you know what I'm saying?
No, I'm not surprised.
Because it's too many inconsistencies. It's like,
See, Alex, he's not surprised because he has more time clock and courtroom experience than both of us, and he was there personally. So he's using his experience with seeing things played out, his knowledge of the law. That has nothing to do with the average general person got to witness. From what we got to see.
Well, let me tell you, every trial has inconsistencies. There's not a single perfect trial. So to say that there's inconsistencies, when I hear that,
Eric Holder's trial?
It's irrelevant. There were some inconsistencies in Eric Holder's trial to where you was on the fence between first degree and second degree. Definitely. You could argue second degree and convince some people, and then argue first degree and convince some people.
I'm going to leave you alone. Build your original point. Go ahead.
But let me just say, I'm a big fan of Tory. Tory has got some major hits. I got a couple. I wish we can play them, but we'll get struck. But that song "Say It," a banger.
It's one of them ones?
Yeah.
I'm not familiar.
Another one called "Love," a banger. And he just dropped some new music that I just recently listened to. And I got to say, I'm impressed with what he's recording from prison.
Is he saying things to let you know for sure he's in prison? Because I'm sure he has a catalog and hard drive.
The song starts off saying, you know, the recording when you get a jail call?
Okay.
You know, the CDC, you're receiving a phone call from...
I mean the actual recorded rapping.
yeah, you could put that in the beginning of the song.
You can put that in the beginning, but as far as when you hear his vocals, you told me you were impressed by the quality.
Yeah.
And it makes me wonder, did he say anything to reference that I'm already in jail?
Yeah, something that's in real time.
Well, I'm trusting that these were our prison recordings, unless he's duping us all by having these already done before he went to prison.
Just think about it. The typical artist that has a deal spends the majority of his time recording. So when you put out 10 songs for an album, that typically means you have 30, 40, 50, 60, 70 in your hard drive. What?
He got a hard drive full.
If this is the case, then he's misleading us because he did a recording on a phone call with somebody saying, "Hey, I'm gonna be me and my boy. We just figured out how to record music from this jail phone. I'm gonna be dropping new music real soon. Look out for it." So he wants us to believe,
of course,
that all this music is done.
And if the quality is matching people who are not in prison, I'm suspicious that he may be releasing earlierly recorded music.
Well, you know what? We'll follow up on this on the next episode of Straight Politicking.
Free Tory Lanez in the process.
To see if I could determine whether the music is referencing him being in prison or not.
And that comes from Alex Alonso, the king of the fact check. He holds himself accountable to fact checks.
If it's quality though, I wouldn't be surprised though, man, because everything is getting more, it's evolving and shit. And these engineers be having these plugins and all the, you know what I'm saying?
Shout out to my homie Creek from Do-Rock. He's been down since the 90s. We were actually incarcerated together in the 90s. I've been home for quite a long time. He's never been home, but he was once signed as an artist to Baymac Music, and he created music from being incarcerated.
What year?
In 2022, 2021.
Okay.
And it was not quite as clear as what I understand Alex is saying. Tory shit sound like
the resources Tory Lanez
there you go
is different.
You know correct. You can shit on my little resources, but you're right.
No, for real. Like he, you feel me?
No, factual feelings. You're right.
For real, the little Canadian he plugged in.
And the name of this album he just dropped is called Prison Tapes. So
Could have came with a better name.
Yeah, that was like low hanging fruit.
Yeah, he could have came with a better name.
All right, we'll talk. We could talk about his case in a minute, but I also want to say that since he's been in prison, he just recently got his high school diploma. So that should
Salute to that.
that should either you guys should know. Does that lower his points or does that take time off his sentence or both?
Probably both.
No. That I mean, when you see your counselor, you let him know I got kids, I'm married, I got my GED or high school diploma, then they lower the points at that point.
But if you don't have the diploma, the next time you report it, it should affect your points to affect it.
But see, I ain't been in prison in a long time.
It's been
but
longer for me.
They had some shit called milestones, and you could do little shit to get milestones and get like 3 weeks off, 3 weeks off, like.
But no, his question was, do you think that affected his points or?
Nah, no. I don't think so.
What about a release date?
I think it affects both.
I think if they got that little milestone shit going on, you could get your GED and just go knock like a couple weeks off.
As high profile as Tory Lanez case is, and as a raw deal as I think he got, I think CDC, counselors, everybody is making him fully aware of everything he can do to minimize and mitigate his punishment. So I think every decision he makes while he's incarcerated, I think he is understood and educated that it's going to go against his earlier release.
I'm gonna tell you why I respect him, right? Because it's already bad enough you got a crime against a woman. So if he would have went to jail and then went PC after you allege some violence on a woman, it's gonna look bad. Like, okay, you could do this, but you in there with all these men and you PC'd up. But he's on the main line. You know what I'm saying? Especially after you whooped on August Alsteen. I'm like, damn, a little soft ass. I'm like,
he little too though. But have you ever?
But he's soft though.
Based on being out here, do you know anybody that's on the yard with him? Have you talked to anybody?
No, I don't know.
You, Alex?
No.
I don't know nobody in
either.
Tehachapi. But
But he been at Tehachapi, y'all. It's one of the original prisons out here that's known for being cutthroat by the book too.
you can't say that no more, Spider. Cause
I said known for traditional.
no.
I didn't say currently, presently.
No, example though. Look, say like as long as you've been in prison, you can't even brag about the yard you was on, cause it might be bad today. So Spider.
That's why I clarified my statement with traditionally, historically.
Let me ask you this:
I'm just telling how the viewers how that shit goes.
any of the
You
yards?
can clarify presently. I only could talk about the past and what the representation of Tehachapi used to mean. I never tried to say it means that now.
Okay, my question is: any of the yards that you guys have previously been on back in the day, do you know what the status of those exact same yards are today?
No, that's why I just be like I was in so and so prison. Don't even say the yard. Leave it alone. Cause all that.
A yard, B yard, C yard.
I'm not about to start no internet beef and somebody say, well, nigga, that's a PC yard.
Yeah.
That's you gotta be careful. But that's why look, our Centinela, Kalinga, a little bit of Avenal. But when you put up Avenal at reception, the police told you when you hit the gate, you have reached Tell It All Avenal, where even the walls talk. So everybody know Avenal had a bad reputation from day one. But the thing is, especially back in them days, if that's where they were sending you, that's where they were sending you.
Don't Avenal also have a lot of the disabled, wheelchair, guys in wheelchairs and things of that sort?
Whether I knew that was the scenario back then, now that I look back at the industries that they had and how laid back they play, they may.
Yeah, one of those yards, you'll see guys in wheelchairs,
Left and right.
a guy that don't got a leg, one leg, crutches, stuff like that.
That makes sense because I've seen that, didn't know that was particular to that prison though.
But yeah, I don't know what yard that Tory Lanez is on because when you look them up online, it doesn't give you that. It just tells you the prison. So he's in Tehachapi. The official name of it is CCI, California Correctional Institution in Tehachapi.
Which used to be the official, what they call it, R&R?
Yeah, reception center.
Reception center for the original gangbang culture. Tehachapi was a reception center.
Oh yeah, nowadays it's
Before
what
Delano and
Delano
Wasco came around.
And Wasco.
It was Chino, then Delano and Wasco.
Yeah.